ho.
Medase.
Because they say wajibe bia.
Medase.
Na wa peja airways no from my airways no.
The new standard is that ultimate na radio so na won twatro.
Me sorry no way me radio free hon mo me no be nyanta kwa wo fie.
I see. Endia.
Me hu edra bia ya me no ma ntimani so. Well, it's a man, you know, Pebia, me,
I see.
Oh, boy, homodin.
3 minutes after 10 a.m. This is Kessben 92.9. The 14th day of the month of March 2022, the year of our Lord. I'll pay you by your team. Kessben Kanawu on behalf of my production team, I welcome you to today's edition. The new Berlin commerce here. Hey, 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 hey. So what?
Perfect. 92.9. Wake up.
His Excellency. I'm come for Kufuado. Mrs. Rebecca Kufuado. Excellency, good morning, Chief of Staff. And pay me check them when Chief Justice, your Lordship, and and Justices of the Superior Court of Ghana. And good morning. Good morning to members of Parliament. That means your ministers of state. And pay me check them when taxi drivers, truck drivers, boat drivers, Uber drivers, baby, I would tell you, baby, this is Kessben. And pay you the money now. What's it? Joining and feed the one would say, one more shops are a drum home, Pachon Madina, Cantabanco, Nima Mata, La Paz, Achimo, Domima, Pacho Baby, and what to the India, good morning. It's a Monday. And money making Monday. And see, I don't pay me the money. I'm in India. Filling stations, I don't pay Mutia. One filling station and walk kissing. Christian Village Junction, I don't pay good morning. One filling station, for what to say. I'm in Chelsea, Syria, equal as a man can say, equal to say, bright, Ewa Bosokai, bright, and pay what to say, good morning, BBI. Sorry, I will come to a Roman father, I will come and I'm one more Ewa boy, Queen of the Airways, the Jawusu, no crosser, I will come to Abba, Ewa Shama, Abba, to say, neighbors, and pay me check, Abrewa, good morning. Achiman, good morning. Alaji, Ewa Tisi. Alaji, to say. Aja, Cristiano 1 ewo domi kwabenya Eben ewo domi kwabenya nyame ne kwa toto kwa anopai nyina no ho te say 5 p.m. ewo achim akwatia 5 p.m. anopai ete say yahoza ewo suhu yahoza ete say Prince Henry ewo kofodia Good morning and welcome to the show. Now, the acceptance of it or the rejection of it by majority of Ghanaians, we are told by a research and about close to 81.6% of Ghanaians are saying that there be 11 one month and Akabai and 211 and that policy they do not even require the reversement of that. Now I buy himself. Bet me ahead. Now the Ghana for the no some professors with the University of Ghana Business School and the district way about and pay you better home come we'll go to a year at Tiwa East in the Eastern region. Nah, easy we are told that police station executive election at also the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party has made it clear starting from today party no starting electoral area coordinator about one more thing and these are many more matters and other issues I can't hold the other place give it to me at the home call when he enter now for Sabri because 12 you picture I would what's up on here 0550596929 0550596929 talk to us your views and your opinions but here boys I can kind of you're about Daniel Kessben Kanawu, former member of parliament for Buem constituency representing the National Democratic Party. He will join us later on the show. Mr. Manasseh Atta Buahene, government spokesperson on the economy. A big man, Mr. Speaker, it's always a pleasure serving my country. Mamema Manasseh na Memano Akwaba. It's my first time meeting him in this. Manasseh, good morning.
Mr. Speaker, good morning.
I'm from to say.
Oba de Adaroma, me hoye also
I see. O voice near me the o voice no. Very thick and heavy.
Mr. Speaker.
Na bibiamu boko there abai mo to say.
Abai mu boko sisi ni ye nhyehyeye ye nim se ewiase afa na nyina nim de akoso yare kodi awu a ebe ha ye no sisi recovery program ne so ekoso nti kakra enyuma ahyase epeja enioma ekoye nti aban mu de ubisa ya na kyese bibia aboko ewo ho.
Okay. Manasseh baby says aban mu ye dia ma me call phone lines ne so na me call ye adwuma embra na yentime enhye enkomodie no ase. Ma me ne Dr. Benjamin Amoa wono a senior lecturer with the University of Ghana Business School and then the lead researcher with the new surveyor Abbey na yentime ene no eni eho enkomo. Doc, Otimeka, good morning and pay ye that say for your time on Kessben FM.
Good morning.
Na empomo to say
oh nyame adom mpomu ye na wo so e
erade de yenkwa ache yen school mu boko de ade trainer shase ana
but ya shase say last 2 weeks na employing for chair and say go back to classroom inti for the past 2 weeks we have been in the classroom.
Okay. Very well, very very important. Na anope ye fra wa ye da se biem enkomo ni nyina no ti a one say there is a survey moye wone wonuanom a wo nso eye lecturers a wo nso eka wo ho motimi aye this research na research ni nyina no is to talk to Ghanaians and sample wo views an opinion about the introduction of the e-levy policy. Now, according to the research, we are told about 81.6% of Ghanaians are saying they are not in support of the e-levy. Some 36%, and so 36.4%, and so because there be a idea. So one munya nimdeɛ no ɛwɔ ho a ebetimi aboa enti no 36% ne deɛ wɔn enim nimdeɛ no ɛwɔ e-levy ne ho kra ma yɛntu yɛ boase na yɛntie mo na mo yɛ researchers a mo di sɛ dwumadie na afɛ yɛnti dwuma a mo ayɛ no ase yɛ.
Okay, me that say afi etwe mu last quarter na Minister of Finance Ken Oforiatta eyi asopɛ aban ayɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛ levy 1.75 on mobile transactions or you can say electronic money transactions. Na ɛbaeɛ no sɛ na ɔkyerɛ no nipa bebree akyerɛkyerɛ ɔmo adwene ɛdi ɛgye yɛ ne sɛ yɛn nso yɛbɛyɛ mpɛsɛmpɛsɛm kakra na ahwɛ sɛ Ghana fo dodoɔ na ɔmo nso ɔmo adwene ɛne ɔmo susuyɛ fa e-levy no ɛte sɛn ɛno na ɛkɔbaa ne sɛ na ɔkaeɛ no nipa yɛsan sɛ 81% ɛsi e-levy ne deɛ aban ɛntwem sɛ wɔn cancel ɛsan sɛ ɔmo susuyɛ mu no ɛnyɛ ade a ɛbɛboa ɛna again no yɛkɔɔ so ɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo nte aseɛ a ɛfa e-levy nankasa no ɛte sɛn ɛsan sɛ bonifa bi sɛ objective knowledge wopɛ sɛ wohu sɛ nipa no a ɔrespond to questions no e-levy no ɔte aseɛ paa na ɛna ɛkɔhu sɛ about 63% ɛnte aseɛ no ɛyɛ hyɛ na aba no hyɛ no pɛpɛpɛpɛ ɔmo te aseɛ na mmom 36 no ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo te aseɛ no ɛnyɛ ɔmo the same as the aba no ɛpa kyerɛ ɛfa e-levy no ho no nti wei yɛ some of the findings a yɛhu yɛ na yɛ reason ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ dodoɔ naa a ɛwɔ Ghana ɛso kyerɛ ɔmo adwene na yɛnya that platform no from time a minister no ɛyi aso sɛ aba no ɛpɛ sɛ ɛgye sɛnkyerɛ ba nti yɛhu sɛ ɛtumi yɛ sɛ mpɛsɛmpɛsɛ mu a ɛbɛboa na ɛno nso asɔpɔto discussion na ɛkɔ so no ɛne yɛama no ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ɛfa ho.
Eti ɛno ne rationale no behind the research I'm conducting. But Mabimbisa way, the mode of sampling a year the views of Ghanaians. We are told say more use Google online forms in restricting people no ubiano now one entry. But also methodology tremuka kramaye.
Okay, but that's it. In fact, methodology was harder. Nembo COVID ni ba no the restrictions on movement ni ba no this method of research no ebe ye din pa na obi say survey monkey and also to say Google survey now the IM said I don't know who move from one place to the other e to ye ya na wo di ama nipa wonu momo na wa church omo say omo wi a omo nso omo passing it out and no yes and be your friend say snowball technology snowball sampling technique no me ye na se me de mawa wo so ya awo di ama obi a oni na ekọ saa enti se period na ye perception bi si a na ya block saa system so na be ya obi entumi embe kan influencing process no in the technique I use no so in the sense that e-levy now e-levy is something that is technology inclined. Mobile your phone, electronic transactions, internet, this now your phone. Who said, say you see that platform now, it's most likely say Nipano do now a very useful that online online money transactions are most likely also to be very familiar with the Google online system. It's a new thing you see, and that is basically why we use that particular technique.
Okay. And you bet me I can say this research, does it truly represent the views of the majority of Ghanaians? And now which level of the upper class in society can we attribute this research to? Are we to say we know a majority views within people are more between the middle level or the middle class to the upper class? And now I said this one was mentally for everyone.
Okay, but I say, because of brevity, I say report no be Kessia, they can be the meeting. You pass some of the information number. Now, send me you are one. Yeah, something on the income structure of respondents,
Okay.
It's who say, or more responded to this research, they cut across all the income structure. By more Busunya Ketia, about 400, now about 1,000, or more 1,005, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000. And I will share the distribution of the respondents now. All this cluster of employees, and no matter a fair idea, say, although you use online survey, at least, from the income earning perspective, we have been able to cover the generality of the distribution of our income earning group in the country. And this 11 financial transactions.
Okay.
And if you are we say more highly likely say you will be engaging one form of electronic transaction or the other. Our respondent of 2,810, even though Rebecca says that no man we use the income of respondents, that's all the share, is representative of the income earning group in the country. So we say from here, it's fair, representative enough for us to draw some general conclusion on the findings that we have.
Okay, very interesting. Now we are told, sir, more sample about 2,810, right?
That's right.
Okay, and then out of that, about 1,679, we are told, sir, one more you are aware of the policy. One more name what the e-levy policy is all about. Now the question being, sir, why is it it is only 13.5%? And a person are buying accepted now implementing e-levy. Those category of persons, with which particular interest at heart?
You find it out as to where they are per se. The episode is okay. You implement it, and I say my implement it. And I want to be implemented. And the response in Yano and you publish here as to money pursue and I say money in particular you probe much into that. Because the question was, should it be implemented and when? That is what we focused on. And the details of one survey no I'm saying to that extent.
But it is a little bit surprising. 64.6% of more respondents, ejitum say aban ehia sika edi abo mine hobra. At the same time, 81.6% said there be Emma aban emfa e11 no emfa ma. I know say will be some reasons now. Some will say aban enkati expenditure. Those saying say aban enkati expenditure is somewhere around 54.3%. And the responses here are from all the angles, and then the generality of majority of them responding to the fact say Emma aban emfa e-levy no emma. How do they think the country can move forward in the absence of e-levy?
Okay, thank you. But so now, in terms of the figures, now, which who said, I will point government to other sources of revenue. I will say, okay, e-levy but say who to me cut it down on unproductive government expenditure. Say I cut unproductive government expenditure. The other part say, we share 6 unit classroom block constructed by the MTN Foundation. How much will it cost? Now I share the same 6 unit classroom block constructed by the government and that's the state. How much will it cost? A good difference, any effect of unproductive government expenditure. No? All things be equal, the two should cost almost the same. But the question is, are they in the government in the now Osimo? Nibuano, I was through seeing the private person area. That is unproductive government expenditure. Now, respond and say these are some of the areas that government should try as much as possible to cut down. There will be no cost differential between how much it will cost a private sector initiative in terms of a project compared to the buying air, wasted for her. And I'm also caught a say, Nipa bebre our properties, if any say building, rental. Bebre no service. When it comes to the enforcement of property rate, Nipa bebre no age ya. Respondent who say, avenue you bet me ashe na ya tap into it in place of e-levy. Again, most of the respondents so holding the view say, pro-year corruption ne ketase nyama emboa inti sabanu so di ni be kokon so a ebeboa instead of say abano edi ni be tu e-levy no so.
Doc Bachomeba, and no sooner Kameba, no, because it is quite intriguing. Sir, about 91.8% of Ghanaians, Yemfan is a 92%. Kase ma buying enko bobosia because buying bobosia na increasing debt portfolio, no. That is the number of people saying that because woman pese ye ka ebe kosro ni adie. But in blocking the corrupt channels are buying betimi seize so that a lot of money is now eco wastage, about 37.7% are the people saying say the alternative way of generating revenue, and it's a my blockage, so those avenues are a microphone or my isika. It is quite intriguing.
I am Papa, and I don't know. I think that I can say the only way we can do it, if we can move a lot more into electronic form of payment. So, Sabuko Tia Bibi, ama buying and as I buy Bichabi Amawa. You bring that trail through an electronic platform. In Tianisana, we'll have a way of Bonica say we can audit the system. If you don't know, me Jessica physical cash and the Mao office. So it's a government service. Mitia for an approved channel. Inti and who Adam Sidio ho said that is a semi bar. You bet to me ako through the system no ako say utia he and a can ben and utia I don't know say fun and route now. You bet to me about more than I cut it down on the current level of corruption now. You're experiencing the system no. Which is
I see. And in totality, it means majority of Ghanaians now no MP e-levy, right? Now, what will be the consequences for the government? Should they go ahead to pass the bill, and I think so the implementation that will come? Already, people have begun suggesting, say, I buy me pass the e-levy bill now. Automatically, when him said the usage of mobile money near the form, but I buy can equally pass another law. a better say all government services we mo betimi use the electronic means for a year revenue collection. Say sadia e pass here. What is the greatest consequences on the government?
The greatest consequences is like what you said. No, AF. Nipa no be na adwin say that target now abane target is over charging 11 no o use. And they say ono na say dey na adwin why so o use.
Okay.
It is about the na sadi pa na dodo na wo target omo no wo ntan komo. Na no so no utumi enhye nipa no say kan ne ken koso na ko use that system no. Ono na be device ono ani means. So the canon of move from one place to the other, not their common no, and they are not an issue. Without even considering the risk, people will do that. And see, say no eco banners are there, and they expected almost 7 billion. It's most likely say abano and sa enka. And here one as a also with what you are hearing, that you have a lot of implications for us. That is if you have to go by the entity about inability to pass the E-learning.
Okay.
And again, also, Sekobana Sanso, apart from Omwa, Omobe Jai Yusu Bumono, and in Asifono, and Musi almost say, Ombe Yusu, but the extent of Mu Yusuno and Kobanisa. Obe Share said, Ade, Tikano, Yana Panasetikano, the Obetumi, a Yusu Bumuna, no Yusu, compared to the Omusu Sisian. Sabania na been say obekoso apasi 11 now. These are some of the consequences. Now, some opportunity Sabania so to me for so say certain government services should be electronic. I don't know. Nipa will have no option because I don't have share. So he or she will still go ahead and use it because the way you use that channel now will can't that service now open. But what it means is say government service will now be expensive because if that service will come with an e-ledger, then it means many people may call for that service. No, me the opportunity to decide, and so I'll be forced to still pay that e-ledger. So that
you have just 1 minute remaining.
Oh,
expensive.
Okay.
Through that, the government will still be able to mobilize some, but not the expected 7 billion Ghana cedis.
Okay. Doc, my no asiano penny wakwenya when you're bearing.
But I say thank you.
Okay. And Dr. Benjamin Amwa and Menino Edin, come on, bringing us to exactly 10:30. This is Kessben 92.9. We are live on Facebook, Kessben FM 92.9. Now, what your messages, and your concerns, at the about. And this is it. The details of the research, and I yet the home and come on. Now, I remember Manasi, so now maintain kakra. Na yen shasi info. The Honorable Daniel Ashama. Atnas, and he also joined the conversation. But my start here, Manasi. So what's Nasi? Manasi, my bros.
Mr. Speaker, me dance be brave na me chia wetie for any omo show Facebook live. 11 no ye di hu komo be brave na once a ye a tax measure, a ye a kwan aban peso faso eji 12 free nkofo ho ne de. Enye policy a o de ba amafo be bo omo nsama ma. Anase ye be ma offense e wo ho. Nti ebe yisi kefin kofo botom inti eden a enkofo eni aban enye adwen inti share research a professor and doctor acheche mache ya findings ni bebre sheda anye ye wanwa sa but the here a pese magana 40 ase ni say ebre edru say Ghana sisi yen ye be ye man ye na enye kwasibroni ino eba be ye man amaye. Okay. And na yehwe de ekoso ewiase afa na nyina yehu se yare kudi ewo COVID-19 no sisi no enko okra aba from kakra enso economies across the world recover nti we bra economy bia na wo so hwe kwan a wan kasa from within no obepe kwan a obe resist na onkobo bosia enfri obi aho why no no ebe giska from the taxpayers from ono anetimamufuo ho ono no engiska enfri omo ho no fangu ho na wa kwa kobomu bosia e was abre ya economies be brave in US cramposi omo raise $3 trillion no more they show up on economy into this is not the best time to even go out say o kwa giska free obi ho na ehia sɛ yɛn a yɛbɛhwɛ kwan a yɛbɛfa so sɛ de yɛbɛyɛ a yɛn a yɛbɛraise sika ɛwɔ yɛn a yɛman mu yɛgye tum sɛ ɛtuotua deɛ ɛɛden ɛɛya nanso ɛtuotua ɛna yɛde kyekyere ɔman nti yɛpɛ sɛ Ghanafoɔ nya nte aseɛ sɛ e-levy no ɛyɛ one of the revenue measures a ban no ɛpɛ sɛ ɔde ba sɛ de yɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛnya sika yɛakyerɛ mu deɛ yɛde e-levy no bɛyɛ sɛ nneɛma ade baako a yɛma mu ha ɛku yɛn a ayɛ yɛ dadwene obi asɔre a na osu hu ɛne sɛ baako emabu no ɔmo nyɛ adwuma nyɛ ɔmo awie school even ɔmo awie university scramp no bebre na tifie a ɔmo nyɛ adwuma nyɛ yɛ administration yɛ man panyin na adodan kwa akufo ado ɔba yɛ wabɔ ne homɔden yɛ hwɛ a ɔde napco program by planting for food and jobs yɛ fa nurse for bebre adokota for bebre teacher for bebre unemployment rate a yɛ beto na 16% no and me no ka sɛ so ate aba be 12% enso so enye enough yɛhu sɛ yɛ mabu no bebre na na tifie a ɔmo enya adwuma nyɛ nti atenase din ne yɛhu sɛ sisi na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛpɛ kwan bi so na afei yɛnya sika domestically sɛ de ɛbɛyɛ a yɛ mabu no ɔmo tifie ɔmo nya adwuma nyɛ a impempi na bebre na wɔ innovative ideas so ɔmo apɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ adwuma so ɔmo ka sɛ ɔmo kɔ sika krabea akɔbɔ bosia de abɛyɛ ɔmo business a nsihu na ɛwɔ ho ne ntino ɔmo entimi ɛmmɔ no yɛbɛnya sika ato hɔ ama ɔmo na yɛma ɔmo sika twitwiri die sɛ de ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo a business na ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo de yɛ no ɔmo bɛnya sika de ahyɛm ɛna afei nsusu no yɛ mabu no bebre na no entrepreneurship enye ade ɛda fam ebi wɔ hɔ a wɔyɛ challenges ewom nti ɛbɛma ɔmo training effective training businessmen ɔmo wɔ yɛ system ni mu a ɔmo ayɛ ɔmo business na ɔmo achieve a lot of successes no yɛbɛma ɔmo atraining saa yɛ mabu no yɛ a ɛde ɔmo bɛyɛ you start no na ɔmo ahu sɛ okay woyɛ business o tɔn ade wɔ ha na woyɛ sei ni sei ɛkwan a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔfa so nie asɛm ba sei ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ ɔyɛ nti yɛsɛ de you start na ɛɛba e-levy a yɛgyegye obia enyi sika no ngu ne bottom eni accountability ɛwɔ hɔ probity ɛwɔ hɔ fairness nso wɔ hɔ yɛni abre sɛ sika no yɛgye a ɛbɛsa aba yɛn ayɛ hɔ yɛ mabu no ɔmo sunu yɛbɛ make sure sɛ enwuma a ɔmo ntimi yɛ na this time de ɔmo abɛ create ɔmo adwuma yɛnim sɛ government ɔntimi mfa obia ɛwɔ adwuma mu yɛ industries ɛne factories ne ade ne ɛnɔ so pii nti aban ne ntimi nyɛ sɛ wa wawie school mpo wa wanko school kra no pɛ adwuma ya me fa wadwuma enu nti na private sector wo ho enu nti na yɛse de you start a bank wan kasa wo business ideas a wo de fabra aban ebema usika na o de asowasene na wa your business no afei so yɛse roads ya akwan bebre pa ya boy homodin afia etwem ye ba 2017 ebesi sa abre ya akwan bebre enso yɛse enye enough this year so yasa declare no year of roads yes yebeye kwan bebre interchanges yebeye bebre dual carriages na me no kasa Accra to Kumasi from Accra to Apedwa junction yaye ne dual carriage sisi na Apedwa junction to Kumasi ye de ama contractor 8 different contractors adwuma ebe chance e wo ho gidigidi yenim se akwan no bebre na no enye potholes ne ade bi na de accident eba no na yepese ye bebre nti esi e-levy no ye de ebi nso ebeye road na ade ba ko ha contractors for aye nyina enim e Ghana ha ne se impempi no ye mo contractor eya na sikasem ne wo fom nti contractor bi wo ho e ma ne contractor sika o de beye no eya na e ma jiso okobobo san wo bank okobobo san wo bank ebi wo ho afi ba ko mienu o hwe san ban be ma ne sika o enso sika ne ma nti ubo se ekwan bi wo ho a wo area ubo se ekwan bi wo ho a contractor ba ho pen enso so after about 2, 3 or 4 years contractor and were packing the tools and we jack wine echo if it's a scam ma into a see e-levy no ye gia the portion echo say a road nimu na fe we a contractor ye ma contractor now the invoice aba wo the invoice ne ba na fe ya hwe ne ama o sika ne mu bu a edimu said the bear ebetimi agina wo so a kyerɛ say see ama o sika ne bi into road na wo ye ne make sure say road no ebeche na aboa Ghana fo nyina nti e-levy ne de yenim se emu eden etuotua eden nso yesre Ghana fo se obi anya ntiase pa na ehu se sika ne yegye anya na yede be yeman
but that's what line and your papa pia by be person obey but in all of this Ghanaians are telling you that still there we do not agree with the government and if the survey is anything to go by it tells you clearly say you have a lot of majority of the people are womokase. Yes, the intention, any motive, ne way to no but we believe say at the ahotrebe brinano at the beba, and we cannot accept it.
e-levy no engine this said the ahotre p ebeba. yehu ni say 11 eye etoa ye de to electronic transactions so na Ghana ha no enye obi ano ye electronic transaction na afen so no mo ye electronic transaction no over the past years yehu say the volumes of transaction ekosoro pa electronic transaction ya na sa amanfo adwen akosi mobile money nko but enye no nko ye hwe omo ton nyoma ntare omo krampaboa even nkonya cry wa carpenter for bebre Ghana ha e was eto frem ha bebre na wo high taste for foreign goods and into omo kran konya ba no those volumes of transactions na ekosoro into aban and the digital space baby you invest a lot in it first na interoperability mobile money interoperability crampo eni ho any ade so ene ubetimi transactions with ease with convenience inti yegidi ohwe volumes of transaction na ekoso na ohwe amount aban na eje ketu bi aban eje a menye sure say ade ebe magana for ho ahenha no 2021 volumes of mobile money transactions hit almost $1 trillion Ghana cedis 943 billion sika bebre inti aban ne say sika we sama for air transact and I say online e-commerce volumes of transaction edroni na aban ne say or the kakra eba na afi wama yetimi enye sika se de ebe ya ye de be ya man ya na me hu ni say enhyada anye ade a ebe haye na ye de policy ne ba na ye dwene Ghana fo ho ehun say ye nim se nkofo bu o ho no kura nim nyame anim nie omo ho kire omo nhyada ni bi utimi ko nkro nkito bi mu pa na wo hwe obi o ho ne sika sem ne aduane die mu a okra ora be ho amasa nipa no enu ti ne ese mobile money no 100 Ghana cedis per day o transact and I will send this sika mobile money mind you I will send and kwa netua o wo ko yiska untua until o send 100 cedis per day and no 100 cedis no or from 1 cedi to 100 cedis and no untua 11 was so na yenim say mobile money yeso ye research no ye hu say about 40% of Ghanaians are omo send this sika no bebre na kran she dan send e ma ne bro 100 Ghana cedi inti ye hu ni sesa ankofo ni bebre na anhye da ni bi omo ho kire omo inti na ye mpese ye de 11 no beba na afi amasa ankofo no mo ho akire omo bebre enu nti ne ye se ye nyi sa ankofo ni mfrim se de be ya omo ho nkire omo na afi o transact more than 100 cedis a day first 100 cedis na ye free into the excess of 100 cedis na no na obetua 11 e wo so na afi so bank withdrawals enka ho one kasakra personally say wo ye interbank transfers and I say wo bank account wo send sika about mobile money and our mobile money account e be our MTN mobile money or Vodafone cash now wo transfer sika no from MTN mobile money to Vodafone cash 11 no and count so wo transfer sika from one kasa wo MTN to be our bank account untua wo de wo ATM card e ko yiska untua 11 e wo so e na afensu say wo pesa wo de Ghana.gov platform etua toa 11 no untua bi e wo so ena afensu merchant omo ye merchant omo transfers ka bebre na so omo ntua enti ya tenase ehu ena ye de exemptions atoto akwan mu se de ebe ya e mankofo pii ho nkire omo na ade ehia ne se we ye bre wo se Ghana fo ehu se ye nananom ayebi amampanyi a bebre na atwam kono mo ayebi na aduru bra e wo se ye nyina ye bi to aso na de broni friend burden sharing no ye nyina ye gitum na enkakran no ye nyina ekeka yen sase na 11 no ye nya opepa efa ho 11 no it has been demonized say enya ni we be anya sa na tie say ye gisika no na nneoma ye se ye de beye no ya anya e ho de na problem kese wo ho eno de na chese ntwa ye kra na finance minister aka say e was say okọ parliament every quarter kra na okọ kire say 11 no e bia first 2 quarter of the year sika say ni yenya akwan contractors ay this kana mo so mo fanye akwan no omo ye duduo sei a contractor no bia ye de betu dwa you betimi afrom abisa say ampa na enya ampa ye nim sese ye kire saa de we na ma pepeye ene finchim ye eba Ghana fo ebenya entiase pa e wo ho.
All right, meda say owura manase ata boa hene representing the New Patriotic Party, government spokesperson on the economy, and what is workers. And my member Daniel Ashamachi, na memano Akwaba, Wabedru, what's that so ache. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
We
did the Assembly Ghana. Now, Speaker, the Speaker.
Yes.
Speaker. Now obinumu di day account. Who did they count? No, we say dino assisa.
Definitely tactical.
Oh me hu ye nyamenti. Na kromu na yeshi. Ubenu de. Kroma yeshi. Nti eja ye hwe ne nana be. Se onu na ye man penya na. Enye fo nya singbe. Nana adodan kwa kufodo. Na ye man penya.
But party mo to say
oh party mu de emu ajo. Na yeso ye beboaboa ye ho. Not official na me kan but ye beboaboa ye ho say this year yeso ye betumi ye internal elections ni bi senia MPP for Asia Sebato omu bro mu by heartside ye de enye sa nyankofonte.
Okay, but that's it. Ma yenshas here na in the absence na ye dey nkombo University of Ghana Dr. Benjamin Amoa and in the team akwa ye a survey saying a lot of things about the E-levy, but the total summary of it and it's majority of Ghanaians disagree with the government for the introduction of the E-levy. Na afi almost to say ma buy emfa ma biem kra. There is some 36% in the case buying famra ebeboa and afi about 13.5 case there be one more FSS one more accepted at the end without any knowledge acquisition in all of this and woman so case even though one person buy the E-levy but almost one person buy because he cannot cost you at the idea. But I mean too I was uncommon boy
Yo openyi mefa kwanya ya chia ehwefo ne tiefo ni nyina former President John Dramani Mahama and the Vice Presidential candidate Professor Nana Opoku Ajima, NDC executives from national to the branch, and floating voters. Omukrado so see you. Michelle Obia na insema ye kanina, and yes, ye pese or mine enquiry, but the realities on the ground enayeka. Medical at the University for Impenyu for at the University of Business School asi. Omu researcher omu ye ya edi ebre Ghana for. Nenti amida omu se se omu si research omu ye no enye NDC for nkwa na omu achiako tu baby say ye research. They did it across board. And amiba susu metie se different level of income earners. Aha, omo a interview omo ni nyina na hu senia eniama esi ekoso wo ekrum. Nti enu nti na mi do omo asese se na equality say MPP for their go amanfo asese say NDC for na pay levy NDC, that is not it. Enye nu ne nu kra eda ho. It is a yenu yaka with our members of parliament 137 omo si yen tu aba enfama E-levy 137 yen two. Ye shall say can from day one. And I say day two cry sana ye can.
But you still have 137.
NDC for
the Supreme Court I release about confirm.
Oh say baku free ma say replace enye sa. Nti say replace so either way 137 na be saba. And our process said AG can say, and can you say AG and you say, yeah, annually hohwe sitting election. It just says South people were with Honorable Peter Meunmu constituency, hohwe constituency. Indeed, so be analia as annually hohwe na yen tuaba. Na down be anali ho where they to about the end of Peter Meunmu there's a free parliament grant and I go to abano. Yes, and never no more educated on my jazz sound for to open E-levy in sema ye kasese. Yen NDC for any Ghana for ni nanim say eye etuomu na aban betumi anyaska edi aye mpuntu juma ewo Ghana yeti asesa. Ena ye Ghana for ase tua tax susu obia ajatum say COVID about from 2020 aban kasankasa se obre na sa aban kasankasa wo tumi ko twaska wa brotre se obre a nipa obekwa akoji kakra wa ban nche no onu de ombre obi o twaska no obetumi akosere World Bank se muntwa bi kakra ma me na me fa ye 2020 yebetu abai unam spinte se na pimpa na yakotwaska na ba ya sisa sika no kra twaska sa eno no yen say abechicha magana fo aban na use ye mane san ye say wa close borders amanfo entumi nkọ kwan so nkoye adwuma say bank susu musi o yare wo bank zintin mo be kunu kura na so obi fum kuma ye fum dwa banks ni nyina akọ workers who are working there na nko mutu attack sama bawo omotifie. That is the situation in which we find ourselves today. Going forward, no, we say businesses in their yeti high. What is the percentage of inflation? 15.7 amount for abayasa way this levy benchmark. Yes, waman akosro kakra. So you realize that one of we import into this country because this nation in Yama Bebre Minia and Dadia Misia Nina me hunie ye no Ghana. Nina editia cities. Do you get right? Into importers ebre. Now, Endra cry obeti say iron rods. Look at the price of iron rods.
Yeah.
Contractors kasa. Do you get real estate developers kasa. Into winning in chino aban say omanu be koswa oh and they just say ya tia e-levy no sika no free hwan ho now obi a wadi kan atia ni tax as a salary earner wadi bi afri ni nchen odi bi mani ni maami wo fie se ontondro usa di bi afri ni nchen ni maami susu sa di mani obi se onto adroman wo phone so usa di bi into e-levy no akoda ni se bi ka from penyifo aboa bi a time bi at every point no cow obe we as the krama na wanya rabies. That is why we are telling the government say yenim say tax there enu na odi be edwuma but samri a ye wom nu Ghana for ye wa ho chirimu ukogina bisamini ay kra anhwe kra this week kra petro bo be sa kosoro petro bo sa kosoro ade a ye ntibi da 1 liter of petrol and diesel edru 8 cedis abroso menya tro for esu se ade no enso mu mikra meti ha mi na because park me ka akona kohwe eda yellow saa hwekra me engine kra be sei eni mama ye din ye panana cho NMPP for abrante o ye me se wa ware o na afi na be ware okay se wa ware dia wa say uyiri come market kra na se sika no nya de over ka ho because inflation a cheap bibia into ye kasasa when the MPP was so what is the alternative ya chiro alternative sa ba mesa chira no pay minia finance minister the kind gigi tax onu na ye penya o hwe sika nsem so ani agi reform gigi man ya gigi tax customs ni de ya gigi tax import ni na enna sika ya bu anu no sika no 52.5 billion omudi gu commercial bank say enka enko dru Bank of Ghana no sika no akoka bebi a asaye di black rubber kata so aye scan ye hu enti ye ka kire say mudie mu nko ho e kire say 52.5 billion no enye ska kuma because se mu ka say nde no mo pe 7 billion for 7 billion ko wura 52 mu enye nsem kitwa mu benya broso na sa sika no mo anka kire say obi awo and look like different from 12.8 I say baby Mr. Prof enye na ye kan we ye tax poti ya ji sika no dia gu ade no sika no ye hu bebia wo mumfa nkatama Kenoforiata Minister of Finance eninam eye town hall meetings no senko oditina commercial banks no senka ya hu sika ne bi enti munko na munko ji sa sika no ne bi ena susu biom no eniema aban no eye say these ministers bebre say they were teso kakra but still there are some ministers saying until suntunchune na ye save sa sika no ya manu sa example say onko na nkoye abanse dabi onu de onye say yo edi ye bisa o mpenyufo me de me nya twi ni nti akanfo ana twi fo mu nti na me say omo se odi mmu akwadidie ena mmu no amadwom ena musa ka cho san fa bi san fanko hey at the end of the day what will happen to your cry or pain me say mmu ani nyina besa so there are so many ways we can get this money MPP for Sarah ena mu say yes yenko IMF na IMF no bonsanfie we are members of IMF ye tua tax World Bank we are members na etie for misremo niente a MPP for be ka kire won nese ye kwa IMF ayemfa ye mrante ni de omu books amudi bu o man books no nye period into omu suro ebeyi omu ehu kese ebo omu se ye di sa books a ye jisika na ye ntumi mbu ho akunta no ye di be ko IMF no ma hwehwe ye books mu practical example na nu ya be say 2 weeks ni parliament si yen hwe covid sika kra e baye dia na si o ma boagu na minia se police ba ofie wa onwia hwe a ubetu punu police se o hwehwe kronfo ena wo gira ogaga police o rada grana utupunu e kire se bibi wo ho inti covid sika covid asema ye kanu obinuma di sika we want to trace it adentina mika asemi during this covid time ena World Bank for emaye $430 million again na MPP for be kachre almost 130 million and sana Pierre Laporte abekate David o munya botre sika yema MPP aban ye $430 million Inti sa sika no mu a inka 300 million so aba abu nkunta nkyereye those are the monies we want them to go and take so that we work with it now me ka kire mo MPP for society bibi dada almost you call IMF on be ma $980 something dollars the $7 billion we are talking about it is Ghana cedis so factor Ghana cedis into dollars say into be say omubenya more than 7 billion crowd that's $780 million dollars into near immediate yes romun say akwanya bebre wo ho say Ghana for bre inflation fuel iron rod prices import taxes and prices of goods and services in this country say kra na no makachre onzo makachre one of my juma or eti aban bangalo education sector those are some of the things it is legal nti ye de enye say ye mpese ye ntua tax o but emra Vice President Baumia the economic architecture amintini kan say bebi amudi e bedru nu eye din
oh mama na wase na men kind messages ni bia about few ones na yankoji abo phone crack Ephraim Owusu said, E-Levy is very good and will help the development of Ghana. We as Ghanaians must contribute to our own quota of development for a better Ghana and can be achieved through E-Levy. May I say any message I also would the Abba. Mamen Kwaya Hana Men Kenkai Kakra. Also, good morning, Mr. Speaker, and your crew. You are doing a wonderful job. God richly bless you. Aivo anyway every man ponte ana ede boaman ana de eba me that say any o message. Was a good one, Mr. Speaker. Please ask the Road Safety Authority how often they do give education to drivers. I suggest that education of drivers, and I think that one too many will help ana ode aba duku ewo eye dunkwa ana ode we ede eba duku but as we say appear someone can say lawyer can a referee be a player in his own field na ana ono so de aba wo bisa enti those are a couple of messages I no pay wo de aba me twa me hotiawa na menye yabo afọ nkrato emra me koba ye beto aso ede nkomo sisi a meba. And see, these are some of the issues. Now, Masabo tapes will be because I want to give you a flashback of conversation. Free Enanu Ukwada Ebabisi Anono pay the entire country. Yet me I have it. The entire country. The very discussions I have with respect to a Supreme Court ruling by the misunderstanding, but all the same, minority is they live to see in the chamber, especially in the House of Parliament, a kwanya asadi ruling no ebefaswa for the deputies preside there, they will have the opportunity to vote and only do what that we will actually know the reality on the ground, the ability in the House of Parliament. And see, this is what is happening. But Andra ewo Dubai, ana omanpayin and other than Kufu Adon, so Edina no etum. Say there are precedents. It is not as if say Supreme Court no emma judgment, and then it means say one more person will interfere in the work of the Parliament. But a buying or mind biano, oko other countries best practices no any say. So we speak ampo now we a member of Parliament because we dan krofo na we ensianemu edema wo krofo na one man for nti no ehun benya se debate no kra no ekoso a won so de wa no betumu bi said be ya wo krofo ana wo man for no so ebehu se adwuma a wo mo de share won sase koye gina wo mo anemu na gina wo mudin mu na ye ma wo mo no watimi aye ama ehun so etimi ate enti enye de edi kan ni na ye nyina no ye nyintum na yentime enko yanim anopay yebedi eno ho enkomo but mame nkwa homa ne so na many the deputy chief executive officer edema the Ghana Forestry Commission was also a vice obetimi ababeye the general secretary of the New Patriotic Party Ora Musa Superior ewa homa so na we're raising a lot of concerns about elections also within the New Patriotic Party. And I think so some amendment to their constitution, especially in terms of position. Say position be say deputy secretary, whether at the region or at the constituency or at the national level or whatever. Party ni proposes they say yentuaba emfenyi nipa no say one no what disagree. Na yene no any enkomo. Musa, what you make? Good morning.
Hey, Mr. Speaker of Ghana's Airwaves, good morning.
Ram Musa Superior, we be fine.
Eti say,
Eradi Adam, now so
oh, yeah, Danyamiasi. We are sitting here, oh, sorry, in good health, and there's no debt on your head. I say, Nyamia no better than us.
Very well, you know that Nyame Asi, the man. Now, first of all, let me hear your views on the challenges about pertaining to the polling station elections more yet to elect. More executive at the grassroots level. Even as that at that level, no, there's been a lot of misunderstanding, confusion, havoc, and chaos in some of the constituencies. The big question says, "Sisi ampona we asha say idea, and the mudu constituency to region to national noa, ediena ebesi ewo mo party." The mamintio on the development about mo party ni so far.
Yeah, first of all, no mamintia will be Ghanaian citizens are multi this particular platform, and especially the MPP membership across the country, and especially in the Greater Accra region. I mean, congratulate the polling stations officers are more elected or very recently. May congratulations. May God bless them and help them. Look, Hamipa say MPP party. The party of the Dankwa Buzia Dumbu tradition. Party that is founded on the values of transparency, competition, democracy, and fairness. Today, we have conducted ourselves in a manner conducting ourselves across the country. And a party no pa and boa party no. Because Ghana Hanyana yena the leader in democracy. Kabina min Kabi, MPP na the leader. NDC no omo ni tradition. Omo ye military, omo tradition ye military tradition. So omo tie democracy as ye. Ye very democratic. The founding fathers of the MPP omo fighting colonialism and made sure colonialism was defeated. By extension, we had to go and invite Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to come one of the most important, intelligent people our traditional leadership, inviting to join the fight against colonialism and dictatorship. Today, the MPP election, and there's so much malpractices and machinations and corruption in the election. And fata, party no, the current state of the party no, and yet now, this chaos and this confusion into 2024. So they're happy, Obia MPP ni papa, or party no win election no. Everybody condemns it. Say election polling station nomination forms are amount for kita forms or more release forms not to eligible MPP members are going through the process to achieve a position in their party. Now, Mr. Speaker,
yes,
the polling station election, in my view, is the most important election in the MPP electoral cycle. It is the most important because the mandate of polling station officers per the constitution say party leaders, house to house, organizing the party at the polling station level.
Okay.
We have over 180,000 polling stations in this country. Now, say polling station officers no bodjuma polling stations across the country. Actually, say we would win the elections hands down. It is on the basis of this analysis, the polling station election, said that election has to be fair, clean, and transparent, so that dedicated and loyal people are so that they can support this party first by doing the party work and keeping the party healthy, doing the house to house, making sure that the party is popular. And
second, assemblyman Kasano. Ana watching say bus ekonya asa akwanhia no VIP bus na because bisa ne say we sure say VIP bus or say ane bibi ati say abeto monim na ubetimi confirm ya ma no credit say na
bedase na accident there is here within the transport sector no there may be suane say kawo na fu nyina motor union fu nyina companies directors ni nyina no ya na omudi yaw say accident SCA do upia on a branded vehicle na more especially because young lively students na accident say SCA ma mu ya kakra na as a matter of fact VIP joint transport feed me no ni wo motimi abo modne ama brand no VIP no echina no amani pa be bre kokoto bus no na wako spray no cherry red no na wakro ho VIP but now it has got nothing to do with VIP because brand VIP no you are registered under the Trademark Act Trademarks Act of 2004 oko registrar general no wako this adwuma no you are registered. So people are passing off the brand. The specific bus, Sequencia Weno, Hyundai Universe. Won't be red. Just a part of the VIP fleet. Now, Mr. Speaker, so that career, yet man will say, Mama, Daily Graphic. Since 1951, the leading newspaper of Ghana. Every time they are not to be a coto newspaper for the Makoto graphic. Yes, Macra Makoto paper by the Makoto graphic. So I don't know. Meaning I could be say, na graphic, you know what the brand. And they Nantias, Mammy, I want to say, a Ghanaian Times or a Daily Guide or a Chronicle or the Independent or the New Crusading Guide or. Sabi na kwako wie say brand VIP no aplanted ewo nkofo adwenem enti erroneously omo adwene ye omo say bus bia eye high occupancy coach high occupancy bus eye redder eye VIP eye bus kesi eye VIP wo mo so illegal no ma church on VIP enti enye nwanwa say wono assembly match wono mo a bus da ho kyerɛ sɛ yɛntwerɛ ho hwee red yɛntwerɛ ho hwee on day universe ɛyɛ dɛn na wabɛka sɛ yɛ VIP ɛdeɛ ne ahyɛ nso deɛ bi so akwanya ɛna ɛba yɛ akwanya mo sɛ deɛ ne wofrɛ ne akyerɛkyerɛ mu sɛ wɔ daabi VIP John Bass ɔkɔɔ dɔmaa nkrankwanta ɛfiri sampa ɔmo firi saa route no so ba no na yɛ baas mmiɛnsa VIP a otu anadwo ɛba nkran ofiri dɔmaa VIP otu anadwo ofiri nkrankwanta ɛba nkran VIP otu anadwo ɛfiri ɛyɛ sampa ɔba nkran saa mmiɛnsa no ɔmo nyinaa ba ebedi VIP a wɔn atu afiri sunwan anadwo na ɔmo ba ɔmo nyinaa di akyɛ as yet no yɛn recordo incident biara sɛ baas a ɛyɛ VIP a wɔfiri dɔmaa na nkrankwanta na sɛ sampa abɛka sunyafoɔ no ho ɔmo ba no problem bi esi saa baas no ɛnyɛ VIP for baas.
Yo, afa ɛdeɛ mame ɛna wase na yɛda ase nso yɛma motiri nkwan so ɛnti clarification na no ana no pɛ wodi ama nyame nhyira.
Amen. That's it.
Okay. And me wafa adakabre Mahmoud Ozioma Frimpong ana mene no edi enkomo no no general manager edema VIP transport. And bus ne konya akwanhia no allegedly Ghana for dodo na reportage by 9 students na umpacha no so nya no kre University of Education Winneba Kasamafo anope yene na di nkomo wa kire ye se omu student no mienu ana etime ehwe wo mu nkwa mienu aka de wo mu hwehwe omu a wo mu hu omu but per ticket ni ade a wo mu twaye no they were equally included wo mu aka ni nyina no e wo hospital bi mu nso wo ho a wo mu awofo mu aba before mu eko enti the right information no ana ye de be ma enti bus no nso enye VIP bus mpacho ye nyina no ye mfamfiri ya dweye mo manasi mame mra wo na mentie
Mr. Speaker, me da sibiom na me chirem say IMF ye member inti abrebia na yebetimi akọ ho say ye hia moa na e wo se ehu say Ghana yakọ IMF 16 times na yemisa ye ho say problems ye wo e wo ye mamu ha no IMF na yakọ 16 times etima solve ni nyina na ye mabu na omu nya adwuma nye ya kwan bebra nya even industry scrap bebre na enya adwuma industry so akofo nya adwuma nye wom no IMF ayakọ metimi ama ye solutions to all this problem. There be IMF ebema a short-term solution to some of our immediate problems. But the problems bebre na ye long term. Ghana o de opa afa budget ne susu ehwe. Na kire me ebra Ghana ye budget a yetimi expend less than your revenue a ye se ebenya. Time bia na expenditure exceed your revenue. Inti ebre bia no eya na ye bobusia na ye dey finance your budget deficit no. Inti one of your major challenges ye want as a country any say your domestic revenue mobilization isua. Now share bra finance minister at the budget ne call parliament last year November no. Ochiremu say ye hwe ye domestic revenue sika ye nya fie yan ka say to ne petroleum revenue ne ade na e wo form inti ehu hia say wo se ye keka yen sase e wo ye to a jeje e wo oman mu. Na IMF no omo no ukọ ho a one se ukọ IMF se ukọji omo credit facility a wo ka kire omo se wa mismanage we economy no into omumom no omo behwe na afi omo dictate enioma e wo se oye
assumption no e wo because
that is the case.
What it is we are a member of the IMF and see as a member country no we can go there for any assistance or support, but why is the impression created say anytime BI be quite IMF BI no it means you are mismanaging your economy?
Mr. Speaker, IMF o me show say I mean ono tena se hwe enioma e ko wo kromu a chinchina bra for a bailout program. One kasa e na o tena se na o hwe as a government o hwe enioma ne nkoyi a e na obekọ akọji mind you ye wo loans and she say bebre o ye wo bilateral loans e bi Ghana ne China, Ghana ne US na mo atena se na e bi a mo hwe bosia ho ani eho nhyehyeye ye wo multilateral loans e bi international capital market eho loans ne ho nhyehyeye but bailout program there eno no ukoji a obekire how you should manage your economy. So ukoji bilateral loan a omuntimi mekire say bosia a wo bonti no enfanipa in the public sector and I say nursing and teacher training allowances no you free mu and I say flagship programs wo running bebre na create employment opportunities o franco for make sure say focus school free no you free ho enti bailout program IMF bailout programs there in PMP no aya na omo ebema conditionalities ye nyina yete 2016 ye hu de sie 2015 na past government e call IMF for a bailout program na sika na ewom ni na $918 million and drew $1 billion simple na sa $918 million na a sika ye channel for 4 years so 4 years na conditionality say de buy there was a freeze on public sector employment ni etimi fan ko for adwuma mu aban adwuma mu into a teacher for omo akọ teacher training every o mutifie backlog ni na no mutifie because aban etimi fa according to the conditionality a nurse for omo akọ school awie was a health sector dey nimse enfa ni agro and even a doctor for was a form where was see hospitals bebre na ye di omo call komia bebre na ya pomudin e hye kenano yentimi form adwuma because IMF conditionality say wage bill no eso nti teso unti ye ma amfa nipa e wa adwuma mu nti yentina se ne ehwe ne ehu se Ghana for IMF policy no dey IMF ye betimi akọ but bailout program on we ba tell how to manage your economy no eno dey ye nwen say is the best way to go if we say onumom e be tell ye nim say ye one district one factory ye nim say see amino ka say about 106 factories e operational fankofo bebre adwumem direct and indirect eno krampo ye say ye inadequate because I was say ye bebre say de be ya nwuma e be koso na omo nya adwuma no be nya adwuma ye nti IMF program there ye nwin say is the best na emu me was say ya pe kwan a ye de be kika yen sase na afi ye raise ye sika domestically
okay Baba Shama, my member also na mention say rebuttals be at who Yembra Supreme Court ruling no finally full judgment no aba. Alright, my
Mr. MPP4. Niye kanise. Insemu makani nyina de. Ba esese hwe wasitinem se na omampanyi kufo kaye. Edie ni Ghana for asitinem. That is what the MPP is not doing. Enye Ghana for mu tuaba edi tumi di shawunsa no. Omo se ye mu asitinem nye. Omo ye research, omo di research results akyere mu. Omo kasa wo radio su. Omo kasa wa sori dem se omo asitinem nye. Aban se chinchinia aden ye nkwama abana. That is what we should be asking. Look, sika ye kase within 4 years nanado abobusia 220 billion enu de ye ntua interest 220 billion kenu foriata lidiye yakoja by $11 billion from abrochre no enu no ye ntua interest ana say betua interest ama 220 billion. What prevents us to pay interest for 21 billion? What prevents us? Is it even 1/3 to this 220 billion? That is the question we must be asking ourselves. Because someone say 2015 Mahama echo IMF no anka SSA almost stop program no in 2017 no MPP abamba no must stop. They've extended it. MPP 4 year house in parliament, they've extended it to. In the mube catcher Ghana 40 say IMF ye be for. MPP 4 mun can crunch Ghana 4. Ghana near perception or sina sitting munye. Now look at what my brother have just mentioned. That about about 168 factories, and yes sir, both direct or indirect. So you ask yourself, which sectors have you invested? What plan did the government use? What type of policy? Because Senkaye were 168 companies factories are. Why can't these companies support the government to respond to this ailing economy? A practical example is Atuabo Gas. Mahama ye. A practical example is like Terminal 3 Harbor. In Deuko Harbor se asitima akese jina omuyi nyama Ghana banye jisika. So it means your policy direction was wrong. That is why we have 168 companies and we are still looking for money.
Okay.
Why can't we go to these companies and for the support? Teacher for the munifi. Nurses for ma we munifi. Don't talk as if you are angels. That is the problem we have with the MPP. All these people are in the house. Go and check if you don't have teachers and nurses who have completed school at least for 1 year who are not in the house. They are still in the house.
Oh, Massa Bounce be na me ban near Bas Supreme Court issue. So, my main court you is. I'm told, sir, BB Air Kosovo na at you is. The allegations are that one more near polling station executive election, but the near party for say one more and Kotuaba, one more be a nomination for electoral area coordinators about one. Now, party supporters ni be brainano. One more drop, one more knee and your crab. I mean, quite man is on a mini course say and could de and come more. Ya course, I want to come, my chain, as you say.
Oh, me, who you, Namosway.
A radity and quache. And you want to tell. And the other course, I want at what is constituency.
Oh, Minia, with the Mepos Matia motive for Namatia MPP Perifunia. The question now at you and say, I'm say, police station election about Ubianco forms. Now, forms not a a problem this year forms 2,000 forms on the party office and we are forced on the back and do 200 the forms no forms on the party office need do 200 the 1 hour 30 minutes and the turn forms sasa obi ba mo se bi ni ono ni nyati ye die kire ya no mo se yema vetting ye call vetting no ka say ye nko no ye beti omka up to now ya nti omka ye beti nso mo so ma ya bon mo yi enkrofo bi edi mu dia hihye mu a say enhu enfata ense bon it's your best MPP 24, party 24. I'm going to talk about from next year. No more way. No more say about get to another yanto. I'm going to 2000 a year. The parliament I am and I'm more bread parliament. Must stand way. Much move to say somebody be a 2F. I want to mean a million. I'm on for 1. Yes, if you are there, president coordinators. I'm some Tomaba. I'm Tom Saba. I'm the album Ben never to Abano. Because you are to abang you be a head and I got to coordinate and let go Tom Saba. It's your best everybody for no years to pray. Omunti su frɛ because yɛn kɔ no sɛ yɛ kan ɔman tia sɛbi gari ni di ɔman so ko ɔmu di o yɛ bɛ sa nɔteɛ ɛdi kum na yɛ sa nɔteɛ di kum a yɛn nyinaa bɛ bɔ yɛ because obi kan yɛ ɔba ɛtiwa yi ta na yɛ ɔbɔ nafo bi ɔno edu ɛbrada ɛdada ɔmo tɔ ade na no ɛtiɛm uche wani a ɔsi yɛ bɛ to baabi to bi di nso ntɔ ɛti saa ne bɛ di a yɛ bɛ ta wɔn a edu tam a 2024 na ɔmo bɛ to break it na yɛ mu bi ni akɔto aba yɛn nyɛ tuma ti sɛ 31st yɛ yɛ no yɛ bɛ sɛ mpɛrɛfo ni tie so frɛ ɔmo tie so frɛ na ɔmo mra.
Because I will say is police station beyond the wa a word to Easter Matu about Sana Opatre.
Minia Odopa, Brana Babuso be say, and Father Amotuaba. Maybe I mean him so Amotuaba, Teria, and also Ramotobano within seconds. I don't know video clear so Matuaba. Odopa, Bra, Moment perform perform to a camera. No more Mebusa, no more investigation said that some yaking, Yabuana say moi.
Now, party, yes, me too. Party constituency executives, you know. Any committee I almost set it up. I said, one more Shabbat one is no. One more to one, a Juma Ben or more so far.
Me said that me say, committee room you feel every region by Tumberima. Tumberima, what party you back say, what you are. Now, me the moon say, I dear more, I dear more. I'm a boy executive, no more so bad, I'm winning as well. But young famous, I don't know any Juma. Because Uber really lets him near position. Young be a young brother, young person, young better bread him. Yes, and but for the Massia, no more, no more tears to pray. You better trump.
Yes, but me no can say national director for election. Running my concert, one more Asian some trophy party no petition on where receive one national and then one more best say I home Ejuma. And you know, more how they say because I know so say more the petition they call Nanu Fiadano. Yeah,
me pato, yeah, the coy. But almost one can also marry. Yes, from Nancy from many ya. Amomra, no more maybe be found because part in the Tiwa, well, only to Nana crack I said to a baby. But better I didn't say them and the Ejuma. You best strong. You best strong. I'm from Nancy from Nomra. Na so me yom kofo ba na se election amabebe am ya to abana ye be do mase but ye ka no man tia se de medika ka no ye be sa no tie egom gari ko na se de gari no ayede be sa no tie guma ye nyina be boyen.
Okay, cause I mama na was here no pay
me da senso
yeah, of course a member of the New Patriotic Party at Tiwa East constituency in the Eastern region and I mean the Kodisa and Komono quick one
92.9 the mountain of favorite songs. This is 92.9 the more music, more variety. Perfect. 92.9 Wake up 92.9 The
22 minutes after 11, Medini Kwame appear could be Mr. Speaker. Na anopen komo aye die no ewo Kessben Kanawu jubedie. So brother so memo akwanya na wonso wetime abo ewremu na wode wadwenche ni nyina no etime ede aba mamembra manasi so na afe yen started sam komoy free ho Supreme Court ruling finally the response and the judgment ni nyina no aba betodwa etu nkotre de etwere and so still na no minority for no wamoda so ejina baby a omo ejina yeni eno no ho enkomo na afi de akamu bia no yasanso e de ato so manasi mamintio
Mr. Speaker, Supreme Court in sense no na say parliament nim de sie nim say lawyer baako lawyer Justice Abdullahi eno de asem ekọ dan Supreme Court say asema esi ewo mrahye bedwafie first deputy speaker of parliament or kind ho ebra na omo to abane sa anyoma no Supreme Court emechirechirem na yenim say Supreme Court omo adwuma ene so ombe kiremrem that's their mandate nti yenim say mrahye bedwafie parliament omo nsoso no omo na omo eyemra na omo hyemra nti Supreme Court enchiremu na omo de aba no ne kwan so ano no na affect parliamentary business the ewom ni say enchiremu ye hwe ye constitution na nioma bebre wo ho a ya na ehun tiase no ebia na Ghana fo ye nya na sa na wo hwe ye parliament de ekoso sese a hu se parliament aye wo ene ye nya bi esu bi ma Ghana ye history muda if we say the difference between majority and minority na ye vote ba akopɛ ana nipa ba akopɛ ene determine enti na eho akohia se enioma bi wo ho ana se ambiguities ana se enioma bi ayente ase ewo 1992 constitution nim no bra no se ohwe na onte ase a as individual no betimi akodan Supreme Court se emra we say ni say na tie but me nhyɛ da nte ase papa mo betimi a kyerɛ yemu enti Supreme Court de omaye ne de affect enye say omo override parliamentary authority yenim say parliament omo ye masters of their own game nanso so eba enioma efa ye constitution ni ho a Supreme Court ne so omo so ewo duty say so obi e de bedan omo say omo ntibi bi ase a omo so ebe kyerɛkyerɛm enti ye hwɛ nkyerɛmu na aba na ye de yenim say ne kwan so ano no nsɛm bebree kɔso but ne kwan so ano no nti esese amanfo nsɛm keka ne nsɛm a emfata ekoso nyina no ehun hia yenim say yenyina two major parties na wo ha ruling ba eyeden a ebekɔ ama baako ebekɔ atia baako enti etise de akoto aba baako bewe ni baako belusi enti eyeden a de obelusi na enye ne de obekeka nsɛm bi say ni say but sana etie ewo wiase afa na nyina wanwe ni a obelusi enti Supreme Court omo na omo kyerɛ emremu ewo yemamu ho omo de aba ewo se agitum Ghana ha obi amro mraso ye president omro mraso parliamentarians even judges no kromo mro mraso nti once omo de nkyeremu aba no ehia ewo se Ghana fo enyanti ase ewo ho
okay me da say my memorable so that maintain obro my maintain
okay me da me nia manase ase na meka se asema court a lawyer Justice Abdullahi Koyin or Supreme Court entrance say deputy speakers no ebetu abana omuntu aba fine Supreme Court susu atnase ayomo empensem sa at the end of the day ombeka say ombetumi atu aba ombetumi atu aba sa no na ye mampanyi o Dubai o na waso kasamu ene Supreme Court to kadi enu anu no ne Supreme Court to kadi enu anu no ye pa yenkofa constitution na kan misi amunum kwa na midimrika ekofa constitution enu na eda menimi now Mr. T Afri order book or standing order book 109 subsection 3 there no kai or say deputy speaker cannot vote whilst presiding. This presiding, whilst presiding, MPP for kasa obun person mun famba. Mfutro ompe so mun tugu ye nimsu sa no eno ana mogosu.
But how na Supreme Court say inconsistent with the provisions of the constitution. Article 104, Article 102.
Udie eho na mbeba nenti a mi bie enise
Okay.
Ube say former President John Dramani Mahama akachre lawyer Justice Abdullah, he should go for review. Now the reasons for him asking him to go for review, may ya chre. Now when who sa 104 ni weni na edi ashim. So going forward no, Article 110 where the air constitution eshabuku imu. 110 no echre say Parliament may by standing orders regulate its own procedure. Where a standing order, where a constitution of Ghana, that Parliament may by standing orders regulate its own procedure. Into the now, Opesa Kachram say, me pamucho, ono mutiemi, me than a question, me nim judge be a judge be a samana an American. I am talking about the Supreme Court, its decision, and the Constitution of Ghana vis-a-vis the standing orders of Parliament and the Speaker of Parliament and its deputies.
But the key point, the word may, Article 110, I say, subject to the provisions of this Constitution, Parliament may, by standing orders, regulate its own procedure. And to say your mandatory, sir, Anna.
Now, say utie omu judgment. Omu say omu de oma pass. But the practicality of what they have said at the Supreme Court lies in Parliament. Huh? Do you understand this? Practicality. In some omaka ohoni nyina no, hwan mu na ebeye eye Parliament. Now call Parliament and hwan na e join training enye speaker. Oh. Now go to Article 297H. 297H.
Okay.
Then okay. Or see, words directing or empowering a public officer to do any act or thing, or otherwise applying to him by the designation of his office, includes his successors in office and all his deputies and all other assistants. Now, why I read this and it said, the heading for this article, any day, is the implied powers. When you go
Article 297.
297H.
Okay.
You see implied powers. No person training say, sir, MPP for ana Supreme Court say deputies no betumi atu aba no. Yes, so you can say they pay the constitution no muntumintu. Adent no muntumintu. MPP for can say speaker is not elected member of parliament, but the others were elected member of parliament. Niami Katron say who was chamber, time ami what chamber no. Say honorable speaker, first deputy speaker and second deputy speaker, that is in the name then Bagbin and Osewusu. So omunti akonjoma speaker Michael Kweti ho omuntu aba. Omuntu aba ewo mani so anya so bi na be frame aka kire me. Now but ye ka kire say speaker na konja no ye ntu aba wo so. Eno nti na American 297 ama say speaker ana obi bia owo kromi mu aban apaw. Say ukobua obi ana sasib somebody who ye minister or ye there imra ebechi minister imra ebechi speaker no echi all the successors and the deputies and assistants. That is why I am reading this. Into Sadia, why should we say that the deputy speakers must vote? Now, in Article 104, is not this. The speaker shall have neither an original nor casting vote. And these are. And then why let us ask the listeners, say, Eba Musain, Ena, Omampeni, and to me, appointee deputy, first deputy speaker and second deputy speaker as ministers. Because they are occupying a sacrosanct position. That is why they cannot engage themselves in that position again. But we can pick a member of parliament to become a minister. We do such appointment. Do we ask ourselves, Nientia, yen to me appointee first deputy or second deputy speaker, even though they are MPs, to be ministers of state, because they are occupying a position. Which position are they occupying? So omubia ti akonjaswa or fremia meji say Mr. Speaker. So some people say they are deputy. Nobody responds to the person presiding as a deputy speaker in chamber. So that is what we are making it clear to everybody. Say, based on these issues, then that review must come. So that we know clearly. Ebia, some man penny de wakacha saying in ayen kokan, and a mako family book na makan. Ebia Supreme Court, Oma shares appointee. Inti say, Yemia Abdullah, SB points you go 2 tables. Ebia Supreme Court, omudisi ebesisa. That is why former president is calling for what? A review. Now let us look at Article 102. Members should be wanted to form a quorum or a quorum of parliament apart from the person presiding. Apart from person presiding, shall be wanted of all the members of parliament. Apart from the person presiding. In this, we are even member of parliament. You cannot count yourself among the people in the quorum. That forms the quorum. And Nuna, Joe Wise, na, or the by force, the approval budget. But speaker by then okay. Also, okay, who am I to change? But you will see that the speaker was trying to play diplomacy. But the way things are moving right now, MPP for person pushing them to say NDC for na MP. That is why the speaker made his statement. Now we have Dubai Statement 1, Dubai Statement 2. That says that the decision of His Excellency the President is myopic. And yes, I didn't attend because on himself, since something in our call round, every side the will of Parliament, just as the Supreme Court brought their judgment to say that the practicality of their decision lies with Parliament. So what are we talking about here? In the MPP for if they have their numbers, they should say, MPP have 138 members. Is that not it? They should send them to Parliament and vote this day. We will say we will not be part of that exercise. Why? Because we know Ghanaians are suffering. Why? Because we know businesses are collapsing. Why? Because we know that inflation is skyrocketing. Why? Because, like Professor Kosibocho made last, also within a month of 1 month in February, the foreign direct investors almost the $200 million Africa. So you see how Ghana cedis chasing dollar. So sad things are going to occur more. What we are looking for right now is cool heads. Look, it is good for us to go to IMF. Let me say it and say it again. Because our books must be well scrutinized. Why should the Minister of Finance the book, account book Bakun Edinburgh Parliament, which is different from the one sent to IMF? 2 books. And I don't go and others who on the finance committee pointed this to him wanted. Into books are the books and why you think into catch one and now more conditionality. Conditionality is better at chance you bet 220 billion. The finance minister, just as said by Kwame Pieni, is to finance the economy, is to support the businesses of the economy to grow so that government can make money. But our finance minister of today has really succeeded in financing himself other than the nation. Why do I say this? He has the enterprise. At his opinion, go and check. Even the insurance companies are complaining. Or GWKS or more contributions. Osakwa, you could Eurobond, $11 billion. You use your former company or your company data bank as book runners. What GW percentage? So he came to finance himself, but not financing the nation. That is why we are where we are today. Now, upon all these things, Usiyen Santia Sika, Eketiakra and Mantem. Can you imagine? So, Binuma Ketiam Bantem, na Ketianu Bakra, Ilevi Besa Jimufa. Look at all these things. So, we are pleading with them. This Supreme Court issue, I am pleading with the Supreme Court, the bench or the judges. Yes, Romu. Bebia Omainu Tinu, Krunwa Yeshe. Inti yes, Romu. Muma Yenfa Asemuntu, Bebia Iyenu Enda. Because, Tio, Tema Bagbi Eye majority leader during Mahama time. Mahama gave him a position of Minister of Parliamentary Affairs. Or see that be ONG Parliamentary Affairs. But he will be a majority leader. Why did he say so? Because he told us that these are 3 arms of government. Immediately he assumes the office of the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. No, the parliament so he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be firm so that when the president, the government or executive brought a decision that is not good for the nation, he can throw it away. No. But now, in there, the Honorable Chairman Sabonsu, your free cabinet meeting and now Koho, who is the chairman of that? How can the second or the third arm of government work? So the Honorable Bagbin has been practicing this for a long time. So I just want to talk about the independence because Okachre said, if they say parliament is not above the law, the executive too is not above the law. So also the judiciary is not above the law. We are all under the law, but allow the arms of government to operate in consonance with the people's will and what they have said.
All right.
I rest my case.
But I say I rest my case. And the honorable Daniel Shamana would tell in Kano. Manasi Bremo quick na main call lines so na mean too.
Mr. Speaker, me da si bebre question I may be sane say why no chere emrana say who interprets the law? Parliamentarians no mo chere emrana say ana say judiciary no mo chere emrana say.
It is the responsibility of the judiciary.
Sa pepepe inti omo no omo din chiremu aba. Obia, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. Obia anko amana no be kan sempi na say ni say ni say.
Unim the case, the most popular case, 2-4 versus the Attorney General. You know that particular case. Yes. And say Parliament, judges Naneka as a Parliament are masters of their own game. In the case of 2-4 versus the Attorney General. Say appointed an Attorney General. Na Attorney General no there was an appointment committee in Parliament. Yeah. A year in vetting. 1 more year in vetting. Besides Attorney General, sorry, Chief Justice.
Chief Justice.
Yes. 1 more year in vetting. No, an appointment committee. No, rejected the appointment of the Chief Justice. Now the matter went to court. Nipa wa de matter ne court. No, sealed the then Speaker of Parliament, and the court itself ruled some Parliament nankasa ne si wono. Wamonshi ye ni omubi bi omuye biya no. It is by their own accords. And see how different should this one be?
We a difference in the sense that we know it has to do with the interpretation of the law. Emrano was a trase emagana for enyantiase. The highest authority waye maimo omo any ede asem na kodan omo eno omo den trase aba. Parliament emra na Supreme Court achire emrano ase. Menya sure say Parliament omo abetima kire mrana se omo ni tumi omo de esa de owo tumi a ode ye no eno ene ye de akodan no ene wa kire ase ena mi kire mu se ankoye a ma obi a one wonya adwen but the highest authority e de ne decision aba nti eno ena ye hwe.
Okay, me da say enti eno ana ye hwe mame
now odia mame bi san rosuso if the constitution of this country says Article 104 subsection 2. The constitution, not order book, Eka say the speaker shall have neither an original or casting vote.
Okay.
The constitution, that is the one that I've said it. It is not order book. Now, if they brought out their judgment and you are giving the practicality to the person who is arguing with you, what are you talking about in this particular situation? That is what we are talking about. If the Supreme Court itself can go and practicalize this on the floor, because when any member is on the floor of the house, that round circle thing, whatever you say, there's no court in this country can take you on.
Yes.
So we have that power. Nobody should think that Parliament don't have power. We make the law, and you know that Parliament can even reject any Supreme Court justice that is being brought to him. If you at once the last brother and say, as I say, yen two about Attorney General, na wasisa nembra. Parliament too has their power, but none of us is beyond or above the law. Let us look. Constitution says that the Speaker shall have neither. That's 104 sub 2. The Speaker shall have neither an original no casting vote.
Okay. Honorable, may I say, my member home and so now menjo concerns, maybe a phone lines, at the amount 0550 okay, 0550-922-929, 055-2911-929. My main call lines, so hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, sir. But you didn't baby, I can say free.
Yeah, from I don't know one, Mr. Freedom, Mr. Being a baby, I am pinning.
I don't know what my main to go as
you better say near Jumapa, or the sum or my Ghana, Kessben, I give you the Mr. Being. I'm not your man, degree, and a Joe Ashama. Kakra, me kind of Mr. Speaker. But that be example, yes, because of you let me see. I said, you knew anything. Yeah, you're generating money. I said, so without you living, maybe said an echo father. So should we hungry? Or community and sa now said they topu correct as they say why. So we are asking them say so as the men of cannibal of MPP for it apart from you the year because who see it is or come there. Who see we have the men who see some began and yama. It is a net dear or bala. How come a net dear gun I own yama? I
don't know why made I say my main for hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, I am in chair on pay for most year Mr. Speaker, I say first
night. But we didn't baby I can say free.
Yeah, friend me honorable ED because I fit Taboralaji.
Honorable ED, okay.
Yeah, Leo of India ED. Double K womb. Wanya Pia so MPP and new double K womb. Yet your mother and about winning the vice president, a court to the whole Ghana 2015. A catcher Ghana force a Ghana Skawa, Gaya or boss type, Ghana, you never degree. And Sam Fata said the course of the bush, a mindful also. And Sam Fata see the tax and the 2 year friends, mobile money, and yet you want to be so. And thereby the same energy share, yes, so chance. Not even quiet, Yanam, Naya Sam Buja, the Kai Buja Crano, citizen, let me see factory. Abaya said they only $29 million. Eddie good $9 million bank. Now when they catch a million say because of your IMF, a idea or man or young person IMF or say you can get my own bra. It's and I think 85% the bra. I mean that's what it's almost 99.9.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Sir, but you didn't baby I can say free.
But a friend, me, I'm a catastrophe.
Yeah, I didn't tell my mean to cause some bonny too.
But Obi Casa Ghana, Obi in Texas to Omobwa. She said, we told to a one complain that Mr. Speaker, we is Mabudu another way. No one to attack the 10 on the mouth pressure. No, Bianca, meeting office or more discount or one or discount. So more system there or more and regulatory senator want to mean tax because we say, me, Zuma. A brutal major attack and part of the paper and buy. Or the name fact can man say that in the coffee, me call and a time what is so cowardly or the quality, and me call a Sana major, a brother, and a major monkey, me other time a call, and the Ghana or be also to attack on conventional cockot, not on phone.
I say your phone to us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
South Africa, where 5 p.m. in Achimakutia.
5 p.m. I'm in Tion Fraquetia.
Me and my Mintia Ellen Duku or Ben Pipi. My organizer. Minia, way simple, sabi, a common sense. Minia, a matua body, a man me MP. Panabu, I shall or could change your Papa, so on Conquadi, Deputy Speaker. Yet, Papa, and so Uncle see a name of Nasibedum. No, baby, no fun brand and Jembo district. What? Now you are common post there. But yet, Deputy Speaker, now you are pretty, Nasibedum, I was a deputy demanding to demand club. Where I said, where any Jennifer. And yet, next time when the woman is saying, Ma and Nasibedum, and the deputy speaker, because who deals to be pretty big for our command, yes, and free abonting, and said, ye speaker, the free abonting. But I am not, and I said, ye deputy, ye speaker, ye deputy, and free parliament war. And they say, oh, man, I say, who pay me? Not mean to him a pretty baby man, I mean, I'm the chrome for, but to me, pretty man, I'm in my eye. Now, you mean, for Sabana.
5 p.m. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, Pacho, we need to equally at Anakese.
Equal, my mean, Tion Frassaman Kesse.
Nyakupa dom asamenka suboko na Mr. Speaker Nyakupo nshira ene ejuma pa obama Ghana ene mimi e sima wona Nyakupo nshira no pa uba mi constituency ya communication director Benjamin Yamo Nyakupo nshira no so Mr. Speaker in the one momeni ache papa because o shata ma na mi MPP ni eka we Supreme Court judgment was and say na mu kakra ma o draw attention say a minimum buyer we can say president versus attorney general say some must keep we can say parliament say mu say parliament for o ma ka so mu o no ma to ma ka mu tini o ma de oh it is three penny for ni say another judgment for ni say atam in same ba e so mu say emrani de constitution and the constitution is one on the so part of the constitution this amendment and some the constitution is not to oh by nature because of we are lawyer not we are JDP not because of the BT now person we are the yes now attempt to send me better because we are my saying a bad precedent
he come in say more for front to us so hello good morning
Mr. Speaker what to say
yeah don't me hoye pa pacho di ni baby
Mr. Speaker no krasa ni mekata Africa so ababi ampi no tutu no container no hope na mjina
no krasa ma minti
na speaker onye madi ya juma ade ade to we no onye ni hu juma maye online no asam na ye kan ye no utu ho na mo maye na network no haye e wo MTN no ye prepare
medase
mintia na bwa shama na mchana na mpetu vuzojare ana madi ju ashama nyame shirawo opani me pato wo na ye speaker uti etwem me pacho Speaker of Parliament enivo na osei usu be free akọ Parliament me pacho oko as a member of Parliament and also oko the name of as a Deputy Speaker awoko tenejum opening
because I meet you
na mo ankasa mo sorry am yesi mo ya lawyer fu nenso niema na constitution kan ankasa no mo ntiasie me no mo ka ya dwen say o mampanina na kufado sesa yi na vi no no nti na sa judgment we na ba no me no mo ya dwen we yi na vi judgment me no mo ya dwen pa because MPP aban liberty ne o be fa bokro no bim it is anyansa kro no yi na vi no no anu mpeso mo de boy enya nwanwa say
no krasa me da say mo for front to us so hello good morning yes sir pacho di ni baby akasa fi mo Nana mo akọ mami ntewe. Nana Buache. Ajo jina ye wa homa ne monye. Why? Same mami ntewe.
Yeah. Christian Sabara. Na po mami ana alikuto tono taji mi chama nyala. Ninya. Eni foka me na mo nyaji. Debi aka. Ai kase. Kase wo na wo kase. Ye I'm a sick of my car. You live in a big opposition. Yeah, the one I can be part of my power. Now, I don't know what it is. I'm going to wait today. What the hell is my power? Now, you say, one more man to battle Kanawu. I'm not waiting. One more man to battle Kanawu. But I want to know what
it is Sebo Afofra and to us. So, hello, good morning.
Mr. Speaker.
Eja usu.
Nipa ocho efemi abulu. Ubetimi afemi Mr. Common Sense.
Hey, abolo ni eja usu mu bekum yo.
Eja yes sir, eja alajo ni Newtown.
Mami tell.
Mr. Speaker, issue no simple. MPP ni ne say IMF aye den den. Usika semene na enye. Unko IMF efa Mr. Speaker hu. Yesi yentua yi levy no. Nti usika semenye na wo fili se unko IMF na ndisi force yenko IMF. Yesu yesi yentua yi levy by force. Ututu ni yi ankabadi samedu bebi edunu. Wa bru busha sa omu she first term asino. Omu kan yi levy sem. Mo didi scan it mi ye party ni na ye ka bibia musi muntie. Ene ade na chichi mu nko no mu betie mu se na ndisi force yenko IMF. Hwe mi ka kire ne se etamale eno musi omu ye overpass. Ene pe pokwa se we kaneshi enye omu ni hu ma atibia.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. President.
Pacho did the same.
Yes, let me love man.
Your friend say?
Love man.
Love man, mami ntiwe, bonito.
Yeah, don't worry. Only Ghana yetimu Obama free America bahano or she my yemranu yedi my maya yakasa yedi on the Obama country they could make the law strong they make no make ourselves strong if you are gonna maya yedi ya two amranu to baby police for no yedi omupe figures no yedi of the idea to open innocent person yet that no did not go to say and think an idea of a see gonna be here
hello, good morning.
Open a get here, and I pay your finger.
Yami, I some join council.
Open away a Nana Amwakuna make a say. And I say, Michiao.
Nana, baby, I'll cast a free near here.
The battle is here, as well as here, look at the Mukabina in case you are so.
Mammy Tewe.
The Mukabina. In the same Mr. Speaker, Supreme Court now, I don't know. I don't know only an answer I have for. Mr. Speaker, 2000 Supreme Court, that is a petition call, you know. You know, and it's what every community. One capital judgment, you know, and funny from I'm a move and pass the radio, a year. Let a Vanessa, let the Supreme Court Categoria, and it's for I am PA. Now the I am in that. I am in that. The mama on all this with your mouth or market with that. Not because I'm on here, not a summer or come with Jenna in fact, and funny point, the rest of the woman.
And I will Fessy.
Yo, Mr. Medicino, you can't say, Ghana for more now, then it's get of the yard more, my Ghana. But that's it.
This will be that say, Nana Wako, enemy last call. I mean to me, and far of Rephobia, no ABA. Robert, 1 minute now, young come, Breno, Asso.
Yo, I made the American say, Senior, your papa Kanawu. A tear for Muma engine tomb, and I enter say, Ghana, ye dina tibia air pa. Na Mr. Minister of Finance. Mr. Nupa, omunjai tinti amuka ye catcher omusi omunti. Nipa opesa ujisika friends and osi oniska. Na Ghana ma utumi. That's no enye munkwa na mbetuya. Musi conditionalities e kaeda hodadano. Enukra doso. Inti se businesses besa collapse. Foreign direct investors $80 free krumu. Inflation kosro. Petrobo kosro. En sukun koda nye duane ndi. Contractors mu nya sika ntrio mu yesre mu. Mu nya bibi fa hu. Se musi mu nkwa yemefa. Mu pe bebi am be kwa kogi musika na mu mahiafo hu ton.
Bedase manase just ekuku na yenko.
Medase bebre Mr. Speaker. My final words and say oman yeya na ebe ni ye. Na ehu hia se ayetmamufo na ebenya entiase afa aban policies so. Yenim se eto de udi eto ho enkomo a undi bemda because obi ani nje ho se wabre nya sika na obeyi sika afi ni botom. Na wose Ghana fo hu se all other government revenue items are waleste property rate ayebeji e-levy any ade a ehun sem nyina wo ho no ye mu inti na aban ese or jiska no de aye Ghana ye inti ye nya opepa enfa e-levy ne ho
bedase
ubedi moye dosi kana
Rabo Daniel Ashaba and a Feminia Bema Manas representing the Petra. Many the Kwame appear could be on behalf of a production. I say a very big thank you. Don't tell me authentic breaking news is up next. Stay with us for the rest of our programs. Good afternoon, Ghana.